Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Putty's Podcast. I am at Michael J. Putty. Welcome back, and thanks for the support. Last 2 weeks have been kind of long shows, bordering an hour, thanks to our guests, Erwin and Marcus, Davenport, Schwan III. So hopefully make this one nice, easy breezy episode tonight. Let's start, as always, recapping the week that was for me. Last week I mentioned going to this trivia night in the city. Before the show started last Friday, I had to go to a webinar, an introductory webinar to this voice acting career I'm trying to dip my toe in. But the next night, Saturday night, was a trivia night in the city, Lower East Side. You know, I'm not going to meet anybody staying home. So let me go, see how it is, knowing it's going to be super awkward and super uncomfortable. Which it was. Asked a couple of friends. One didn't even reply. One that said they couldn't make it. For singles, I should probably have prefaced that. But I get there, and I'm quickly reminded that I don't really like talking to people, especially strangers in an awkward situation. So I'm standing there, drinking, supposed to be mingling before the trivia starts. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Thankfully, a couple people approach me. Then I start warming me up. I think I talked to a couple people. But one woman tapped me on the shoulder. It was interesting. And she introduced herself. Tall woman. She asks, did I come from the Tall Tour? I'm like, excuse me, what? The Tall Tour. Did you go there? There was an event before this one tonight. I mean, I have no clue what you're talking about. But it sounds fun. So apparently there's a private, exclusive Facebook group just for tall people, and they do events? Free events? So we started talking. She was 6 feet tall. Nice. So we're casually chatting it up. She's telling me about this group. So I request to join. You have to answer a couple questions to prove you are who you are. And the next day I found out that I'm in. Sweet. So we'll see what happens. I mentioned on an earlier episode, my ex-girlfriend was 5'10". The girl I was seeing before her was 5'11". I have a preference for tall women, so this is right up my alley. So hopefully there's another event here in New York City coming up. But I have nobody I could bring with me, though. Guess I'll go alone again. So I was looking at it today. And you know how the suggested friends, people you may know, well, they have suggested groups you may want to join. Again, since I just joined a group, they're now suggesting groups I can join. The first one was interracial dating, black women looking for white guys. Don't tell me these apps aren't listening or know what you're doing. The first one was that? But anyway, going back to the trivia night, super easy questions, waste of a time. I think that people won, you had to guess the year. I think my team got like 1 year wrong or 2 years wrong by a year. There's one woman who was complaining about everything, fighting things, fighting the answers. Of course, that team fucking won. But like I just mentioned, I was in the Lower East Side, hometown of the governor of BCW, Mr. A.J. Pan. So I hit him up. We're down the block from his home base. He goes, he doesn't like going there on Saturdays. The crowd's awful. I'll meet him at the bar that he hosts karaoke just a block away. I'm like, all right, let's go. I'm at the bar. It's packed. Alone, waiting for him. Finally shows up. We have a great time. He introduced me to the bartenders because he's a regular there. One stood out. Very super friendly, super attractive, sweet woman. I'm trying to leave. I'm trying to go home. I'm tired. Since I've been single, almost 4 months now, I've not gotten a decent night's sleep. He goes, oh, no, you gotta stay. I'll get your drink. And he talks to this bartender. He tells her I'm leaving. She tells me I can't leave. Me and AJ are the only two guys here that she trusts and respects and aren't creepers. I'm like, oh, get another drink. Like an hour goes by, let's leave again. Same thing happens. A little later on in the night, she's walking around. Music's playing. She comes over to AJ, starts dancing. She comes up to me and starts dancing. I'm not a dancer. I'm 6'7", doofy white guy. Irish. Don't dance unless it's step dancing. Or the robot. I can kill a robot. So we start dancing for a little bit. Again, nothing. It wasn't anything. What am I trying to say here? It was just innocent. That's the word I'm looking for. It was just innocent fun. And going back to talking to the woman at the trivia night, having this beautiful woman dance with me voluntarily. Is this what the healing process feels like that I've been hearing about for almost 4 months? Am I in that phase now? maybe I'm not the loser my ex painted me out to be when she ended things. So it was also, that night was kind of a shot of adrenaline. Maybe, oh, okay, this isn't the end of the world. I knew it wasn't, but now I'm realizing it's not. There is life after her. There are other women out there. Great weekend. Wake up Sunday, feeling down, in the dumps, lonely. Like, what the fuck just happened? Going to this internal struggle I'm having between, no, I still love her, I care for her, I just wanted her to be happy, hope she's doing well. And the other side, she walked away from me. She thinks she deserves better. Guys like me aren't a dime a dozen. She's used to guys using her, treating her like crap, lying, cheating, and stealing. Rest in peace, Eddie Guerrero. So I keep calling this internal struggle, these two sides of me. Two sides. I'm a Batman fan. So I'm calling that one side Harvey Dent. This side's the two-face, the sweet, innocent Harvey Dent. Me, like, yeah, I deserve better. Two-Face. Two-Face, one of my favorite bad guys in the DC Batman universe. The only thing I'm missing now is a $50 to flip to make my decisions for me. I should get a $50 to make my decisions for me. Great idea. I don't have any here. I don't know if they still make them. Rest in peace to the penny that just stopped. Anyway, way off topic. Speaking of the governor, this past Thursday on the 13th, Brii Combination Wrestling, BRII Combination Wrestling, had their viewing party, first ever viewing party here in Forest Hills, Queens, for Nightmare at the Mecca, October 30th. Good turnout for a first show. So if you're still a holdover from a shot of wrestling or a shot of BCW, next viewing party, don't want to miss out. It was a fun time. And of course, once again, for the second time in, 5-6 days, me and AJ alone at the bar, talking, catching up. Thankfully, I did have work the next day, so I could not stay out that late, and he had something to do the next day. But moving on, mentioned earlier, before last show, I had that introductory webinar for the voiceover acting. Well, this past Wednesday, I had to get a one-on-one live analysis of my voice. Very nervous, didn't know what to expect. I think I mentioned it last episode, going off on a tangent here, that the new iPhone wasn't conducive to my equipment. So Mark Schwann, I had to bring up on Zoom on my iPad. I can never, any audio I want from my laptop doesn't play. Anytime you hear me interviewing people on Zoom or playing audio clips, I had to record off my phone, going way back to a shot of wrestling days. So I set up my equipment, preparing it. I'm worried about the audio because when Mark Schwann did his podcast, I sounded like I was speaking into an echoey void. The microphone on my laptop, not my equipment that you're hearing from me now. So I was so stressed, so worried. This could be a make or break for me. So I set it up. Everything's good. I tested out the audio. Perfect. Crisp quality audio. Perfect. Time to go in. I'm in. She can't hear me. Sounds like I'm very far away. My mic's not working. Instant dread. Instant fear. I unplug my equipment. Put on my earpods. Boom. Everything's fine. She believes I have what it takes to succeed in that industry. Just need a little coaching. A little training on my voice. So I signed up for this class, this course, one-time, lifetime payment, a lot of money. Your boy's broke for the next 7 days. But hopefully it's worth it. Quote-unquote investment on myself. We'll see what happens. So she asked me a lot of questions about myself, why I want to do this, my career goals, what I see long-term out of this. Before that, they gave me 3 scripts to prepare. 2 of them had grammatic errors that my tongue would not allow me to process. Won't get into that here. But let's have some fun. This is the script I had to read. This professional voice acting coach. Consider the news from a whole new perspective. Journey beyond the headlines to a world of news and knowledge on World News Considered. Refreshingly intelligent and insightful, with commentary that challenges and ideas that inspire. World News Considered. We think you'll find the difference considerable. Like, I nailed it. I was going over this for days. Sometimes I would nail it. Sometimes I would flub, stutter, miss a word. But that reading live in this meeting, I nailed just like that. She thought I did a good job. Everybody telling me I have a good voice. She agreed with. One flaw, she could tell I'm from New York. Read it too fast. Yeah. So I don't know what speed you're listening to this podcast on, but apparently I talk very fast. Something I knew of. That's why I mumble or stutter or trip over my words a lot, which y'all don't hear, thanks to my editing prowess. But yeah, so good news. I said last week I wanted to win. Got one here. Now I have to meet with a advisor on Monday, then make plans to meet with my coach. But she said to 3 to 5 years, I could be doing this full time. I can quit my job, do this full time, which ideally would be awesome. Because work sucks. Working not 9 to 5, I work 8 to 4. In the last couple of months, every 2 weeks, maybe less than that, I'll get stuck behind this minivan, who is now my arch enemy. This minivan, who's all dented up, license plate has double D's. Only time I'll hate double D's. This person drives 15 miles an hour. If I am lucky, maybe they'll hit 20 in a 25, sometimes 35 mile hour zones. What the fuck? There's no way around this person. It's one lane. And it's the whole way to work. It happened today. Friday, going to work. The main route I take, it was crawling, finally approached where I have to make that left in the turning lane, and there it was. The minivan, and I didn't even have to think about it. Said, let me guess, double D's, got close, boom, double D's. I can't. I would love not to commute to work anymore. 3 to 5 years, Putty. 3 to 5 years, I can do this. Speaking of office annoyances, open enrollment on my insurance? What the fuck is this? They throw all this stuff at me, have no clue what I'm doing. They have representatives come to help any questions. One person for the health insurance, one person from the life insurance, not life insurance, 401k, whatever the hospitals call it. 2 people, 2 days. Thankfully, I go there right quick, ask all the questions, because thankfully I did. Everyone in my department had a bunch of questions. See, I felt like I talked too fast there. I got to slow it down. But January, I was in the hospital. I'll talk about that in my year-end show. My ex-girlfriend showed up twice, because I was there for a couple days. Something I thought about then, something I thought about the last 6 months of that relationship, hit me in the face today, November 14th. I'm 42 years old. I'm 4 months away from entering my mid-40s. My mother's still my emergency contact? My mother's still my beneficiary to my life insurance? What the fuck? I don't want to say it's embarrassing. I don't say it's humiliating. It's definitely demoralizing. My life insurance 100% goes to my mother. What the fuck? But yeah, that's got to change. So if anybody wants to be my emergency contact, please let me know. Call or text the hotline, 917-718-8083. 917-718-8083. All right. Anyway, moving on. Rambled off enough for our main story tonight. The Epstein files. My brother was at my mother's house. I went over there. On the news, they were talking about the release of some Epstein files. My brother goes, "You have nothing better to talk about? Come on, there's so much more important things to talk about." Yeah, let's not talk about sexual predators preying on young women. Yeah, who needs to hear about that? Thankfully, newly sworn in Representative Adelita Grijalva was sworn in on November 12th, which cleared the way for the House to vote on the Jeffrey Epstein files, a cause the President of the United States said he would release on when he ran. It's very important because her swearing in now finalizes the 218 signatures needed for a discharge petition to force a vote on the release of these files. A vote, Republicans say, will be held on Tuesday. So let's see what happens there. A cause Marjorie Taylor Greene has called Trump's opposition a huge miscalculation. The bill needs to be approved by the Senate, then signed by Trump himself. Of course, that's not going to happen. It was announced this week. Epstein said in a 2019 email released by the House Oversight Committee that Trump knew about the girls. But of course, Trump denies any wrongdoing. There's no evidence that Trump took part of this trafficking, which is correct. Of course, we all know what happened. We all assume Trump was a part of this, but there's no proof. Innocent to prove guilty, still a thing, I think. But Trump has been saying he's going to release the files during the campaign, but now he's urging the DOJ to investigate Epstein's ties to Democrats. Bro, I don't give a fuck who's on this list. There was a reel I saw on Instagram with a logical, sound mind man interviewing these diehard MAGAs. He's asking them point blank, if Trump's name's on this Epstein list, would you denounce him? They would not answer that question. They kept skirt-tailing the question, bringing up Biden, bringing up Obama. Finally, the guy had enough. He goes, all right, enough. Ask me that question. So they did. They go, if Obama's name's on this list, if Clinton's name's on this list, would you denounce them? The guy goes, yes. Nobody should be supporting sexual predators. The King of England stripped his own blood brother of the royal titles and the royal perks because he's been associated with it. Not proven. Again, there's no smoking gun, but we all know. And the King of England kicked his brother out of the royal family, yet we elected this guy president of the United States. Okay. Why do we care? Going back to my brother's question. For the survivors, the victims, a full release of the documents will allow for more accountability, transparency. And again, I think one of the Democrats' things is just release the full files, just redact the victims' names. I think even the Republicans are on board with that. Give us the names of the abusers, the predators, just redact the names of the victims. That's fucking common sense, 101. But on a broader level, this case will be a stress test on how the justice system treats powerful men. Release the fucking files. Enough's enough. Again, fourth grade, Bill Clinton ran for president, and I became enamored with this man. He's the reason why I got into presidential politics. Loved him, loved his family. Fucking cool-ass dude. If he's on this list, bye. Take care. You know, I don't have Clinton hats. I don't have Clinton shirts. I don't have Clinton flag waving or an Obama shirt or a Biden flag. People I vote for aren't my identity. If they're predators, put them to the sword. Enough with this bullshit. And once again, I'm rambling. If you're on the list of people who abused underage girls, you shouldn't hold any power. You should answer for your crimes. It's fucking disgusting. Hope these lists get released. Why didn't Biden release them? Why didn't Obama release them? Because they couldn't. They were sealed. Something like that. I don't know. That's that. All right, let's try to wrap things up here. I love music. I love listening to music. Always have. Just something about it. Any mood you're in, there's a song to help you listen to. And just until recently, maybe the last 2 years, I listened to music when I went to bed. I stopped because of the wireless earpods. So now when you wake up in the middle of the night, one's missing, you can't find it. I figured it's easier, let me just go to bed. And for the 13 months of that relationship, these love songs I collected, listened to, had a new meaning. Felt them, understood them, living them. Even played her a couple that I would hope to be our wedding song. Music is very powerful. Always love music. I stayed away for the last several months. I know my saved songs or my playlists are full of love songs, romantic songs. I just didn't want to get reminded of it. So a couple weeks ago, I went back to music. Very therapeutic as well. And I feel like that's going to be part of my journey here, music. I have a lot of favorite songs. Certain lyrics hit home. They touch on your heartstrings or invoke an emotion. So I'm back into the music. I'm avoiding these love songs, avoiding the romance, lovey-dovey songs. There are a lot of other songs I can listen to. So going forward, I'm going to try to maybe play a song that meant something to me or has some sort of meaning to me or has a lyric that means something to me. And I wanted to start off with one of my favorite songs of all time that has certain meaning to why I'm doing this. But I'll put that off to next week because this past Monday, November 10th, was my father's birthday. My father's been gone now for 4 years, almost 4.5. Lengthy battle, fought like hell, multiple conditions. Doctors never put a thumbprint on him, but a lot of things. And he's at rest. He's at peace. Thank God. Had a conversation with Mark last episode about being a girl dad. It's supposed to be an Abel being a girl dad and a boy dad. What's the difference? Had a conversation with him on the phone. And he realized one of the differences is your kids pick up how you treat their mother. Boys see how you treat their mother, and that's how they're going to treat women going forward. Girls are going to see how you treat their mother and expect men to treat them the same way. Something I don't hear too much about is the child trying to make their parent proud. There's no doubt my parents are proud of me. They've told me. Why? I don't know. Again, I mentioned I'm 42 years old, months away from entering my mid-40s, single, dead-end job, not enough zeros or commas in my bank account, because if there were, I would not be single. Why? So I started making these life changes. Went to therapy. Pursuing this voice acting career. In attempts, canceling cable financially to save me some money, which has now gone out the window. Again, that program is going to be 12 months of a nightmare payments. It's going to set me back another year financially, but whatever. So initially I was making these changes. So when she came back, eventually she was going to come back, I can show her I'm not that loser she painted out to me. I'm not that loser she had in that mind. I'm not that loser she lost respect for. But of course, as like I said, sailing through the hourglass, I'm making these changes for me, for my life. And I hope those are things my father can look down on saying he's proud of me. Brings me to a song. Jimmy Allen has a song, Down Home. It's a heartfelt tribute to his late father, who passed away in 2019. He released a song March 8th, 2022, the lead single from his third album, Tulip Drive. Every time I hear it, I bring a tear to my eye. Goosebumps. Especially there's a line that you'll hear when you're looking through the clouds, Daddy. The lyrics reflect, hope that Allen's making his father proud while touching on personal milestones. He got married, bought a house, had a kid, all things his father never saw. And he wished his father would be around. So do I. My father would have loved my ex-girlfriend. And to my future wife and kids, my house, wherever this voice acting career leads me, I hope he's up there, looking down, proud. So yeah, that's that. Not all these songs are going to be sad. Not all these songs are going to be country. Not all these songs are going to be heartbreaking. There's going to be some fun here, eventually. Love songs, give me some extra time here. I'm not ready to play these love songs yet, but so going forward, I'll be playing songs either that mean something to me or songs that have lyrics that mean something to me. But I'd love to hear from you. So call or text 917-718-8083 24/7. Let me know what songs mean something to you. This past week, I have several people saying they were proud of me. Green Man called me and said he was proud of me. The woman I was speaking to evaluating my voice, I told her why I was doing this. She was proud of me. My therapist is proud of me. The voice of Breed Combination Wrestling, Cheyenne Ortiz, is proud of me. And hopefully, my father is too. So until next time, Jimmy Allen's Down Home. Putty out.
I bet you're up there making new friends. I'm pretty sure you're loving every minute. If there's a golden pond full of fish, I bet you already caught everything in it. I bet you're making everybody laugh with your jokes. I know you're holding nothing but the best kind of hope, shining a light up there with a big old smile. Yeah, and meanwhile, down home, oh, mama's still cooking them down home grits. I promise I'm working with this guitar about as hard as I can. I met a girl, bought a house, I put a nice little payment down home. It's still where my heart is, this down home kid. It's just how you left them, I still hate that you're gone, I wish you were here. But I hope I'm making you proud, so I know you're up there looking down home. There ain't a day down here that goes by that I don't climb up in my F-150 on a back road bumping Charlie Pride. Yeah, every song keeps you right here with me. I got a daughter now, I really wish you'd have met. Yeah, she's walking now, but I know you see every step. I wear the number 15 every chance I get. So when you're looking through the clouds, Daddy, you can bet they're down home. Oh, mama's still cooking them down home grits. I promise I'm working with this guitar about as hard as I can. I met a girl, bought a house, I put a nice little payment down home. It's still where my heart is, this down home kid. It's just how you left them, I still hate that you're gone, I wish you were here. But I hope I'm making you proud, so I know you're up there looking down home. Daddy, don't you worry, oh no, 'cause everything's good down home. Yeah. And oh yeah, down home. Oh, mama's still cooking them down home grits. I promise I'm working with this guitar about as hard as I can. I met a girl, bought